Thanks.
You've announced today as an organisation, Martin, about the kind of return to meritocracy
Yeah.
for Champions Cup qualification. I mean, you obviously talked about that before. How much thought had to go into that? Because I mean, I suppose in theory you could end up with just two teams, two countries rather, represented, given that perhaps the strength if you look at Ireland and South Africa. So, what were the pros and cons behind making that decision?
Yeah, so it's a really good point, Simon. And yeah, a lot of discussion went into it, as I think it's been well documented. We did a review after 2 years. So we had previously a split system where we had four qualifiers from the regional pools and then the next four from the league. It was said at the time that actually we entered into that on a split decision, and we said that we would do a review after 2 seasons. And should that review not be unanimous to continue, we would revert to meritocracy. We've sort of been here slightly before. If you remember, Simon, we had meritocracy return from the Pro 12 days, where we moved, I think it was 2017, Adam might correct me, but where we moved to straight meritocracy. And I think that really improved not only the Champions Cup, but actually the integrity of the league at that stage too, because we weren't qualifying teams, on the basis of their country. We were qualifying them on the basis of their league position. So we reverted back to that methodology and that theory. If that theory is true, then we will see even more competition in URC 3. Every game counts, every game matters, and that's got to be good for the league. We weigh that up against representation, your point around how many countries will we see. That we had 8 qualifiers all go through last season to the knockouts, Ospreys being, if you like, the 8th qualifier out of that, beating the French and the English champions away from home. So I think we've got a really incredible depth to our league. Our competition committee, which is called the Sports and Regulatory Committee, met, and they felt actually we should rely on that depth. We should rely on that strength in the league and move back to a meritocracy. So we've done that post-review. And actually there's a lot to get excited about in that, because as I say, I think that will drive competition even further into the league. But a lot of discussion, a lot of review, and ultimately the sporting committee and the board agreed to move back to meritocracy. And I believe EPC are very happy about that move, actually.